Hi. You. Yes, you. Come in. Hi. I'm Keisha. Yes, that Keisha. The one whose name was on the email. You can relax. Seriously, I don't bite. Not unless someone deserves it. Come, sit. Sit, please. You look nervous. Why are you nervous? It's just me. I know I'm the CEO, but that doesn't mean I'm some kind of monster. Breathe. It's fine. You are fine. I saw your data on the log sheet. Yes, the one you submitted last week. I read everything. Twice, actually. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I didn't. You're interesting. Very interesting. And I don't say that lightly. Do you want something to drink? Juice. You like juice, right? Or no? Okay then. Water. You can't say no to water. Nobody says no to water. Here. There you go. See? Not so scary. I told you. And listen, I don't want you to think that just because I'm the CEO, we're different. We're not. I'm just on a different path, that's all. There's no actual difference between you and me. None. Honestly, I actually have a lot I want to talk to you about. So much, actually. I've been waiting, but before that, there's something I have to do first. You know Alicia? Yes, my co-founder? So, she didn't want you here. I won't lie to you. She was very against it. But I wasn't. I didn't like the way she acted. The whole pick me or pick him attitude. The rules, the pact, the stupid restrictions. No, I wanted you here, and she didn't. And that's where we crossed paths, you can say. So, I took care of it. You're wondering how? Well, she's actually on her way up right now. In just under a minute, she'll be here. Don't look scared. Don't tense up. Sit back on that sofa. Relax. Enjoy the show. Because I'm going to fire her. Yes, you heard me. I'm firing my own co-founder. And you don't need to worry about a single thing. You've done nothing wrong. Just sit back, watch, and let me handle everything. Oh, there she is. Alicia. Finally, the Wonder Girl. The girl who thinks she knows it all. Yes, I told you I'm going to hire him. I said it once and I'll say it again. I'll do what I want. So shut up. Don't interrupt me. You don't get to speak right now. When I'm talking, you listen. Good girl. That's better. Now, since you've barged in here acting confused and dramatic, let me spell this out for you. You're probably wondering why your name vanished from the system, why your access cards stopped working, why your login froze, why the entire company suddenly looks at you like you're a ghost. Well, that's because you are. Yes, I fired you. I fired you, Alicia. I know. Keep making that shocked little face. It won't change anything. You aren't on the roster anymore. You aren't on the documents anymore. Your signature has been revoked from all standing papers. Your privileges have been shut off. Every single department has been informed. HR, security, operations, everyone. Your office is no longer yours. Your keys are invalid. Your accounts are disabled. You don't make decisions here anymore. You don't approve anything. You don't oversee anything. You don't even get to step past the front desk without permission. You keep asking what happened? This happened. I happened. You're trying to say you built this place with me. Sure, you did. And now you're nothing. Right now, in this moment, you are nobody in this company. Nobody listens to you. Nobody answers to you. Nobody even needs to pretend to care about what you think. That's why everyone ignored your messages this morning. That's why nobody replied to your emails. That's why your calendar is blank. That's why your ID badge turned red. It wasn't a glitch. It was intentional. I made sure of it. I made sure the company forgot you before you even walked in here. And the funniest part is that you're still standing there asking me why, as if you have any power left, as if you're still on my level. You're not. And the more you keep talking, the more obvious it becomes. So stop panicking, stop whining, stop acting confused. This is your situation. This is who you are now, and you'll accept it. First of all, before I even tell you how I did this entire thing, let me say one thing loud and clear. I am sick and tired of your attitude. This whole obsession you have with scaling the business, scaling the company, cutting people, firing people, numbers. It's exhausting. You act like being ruthless is a personality trait. It's not. It's boring. You're boring. And I didn't start this company just to sit in a glass box acting like some heartless machine. I want to have fun. I want to try new things. I want to hire people who make the office feel alive. I want to enjoy my days, enjoy my work, enjoy my employees, not sit beside someone like you who sucks the air out of every room. Anyways, I'm sure you already know I have access to all your cards, every file, every code, every digital footprint you thought you owned. And you remember that intern we rejected a few months ago, the hacker? The cybersecurity kid. Yes, the one you rejected, not me. You were the one who said he wasn't our caliber. Well, I reached out to him, and when I told him I wanted to fire you, he laughed. He said he'd do it for free. Imagine that. Someone was so thrilled to see you gone, he offered to help without charging a single cent. But of course I paid him, because unlike you, I'm a professional. Unlike you, I have class. And unlike you, I actually enjoy treating people well. Anyways, he built everything. The fake reports, the performance declines, the misconduct flags, all of it. He sent them to our investors, our partners, the banks, every corporation tied to us. And guess what? They all voted against you, unanimously. And since they hold the power, all it took was one night. One night and you were gone, erased, replaced. And honestly, if you want to panic, cry, yell, bring up memories, scream about everything we've been through, I don't care. I'm not your best friend. I'm not your comfort pillow. Get lost. And if you don't leave right now, I'm calling security. Oh, you're staying? Okay then. Security, please come in and take this random woman out of my office. Thank you. All right, now that the trash has been taken out, let me come back to you. Yes, you, handsome. Don't look away. I'm talking to you. So tell me, where are you from? Oh, really? Michigan? You're from Michigan. That's interesting. I actually have a few friends over there. Good people. Well, most of them. Some are annoying, but that's not important. What's important is you and your qualifications. And before you even start doubting yourself, let me stop you right here. You applying was one of the best things that happened to this place. Yes, I mean that. We need people like you. People with your energy, your spark, your drive. And yes, fine, I slipped on my words a little bit. I meant workspace, not whatever else you thought I meant. But honestly, you'd be surprised how rare it is to find someone like you. Someone who actually stands out on paper and in person. Someone who makes me feel like I'm not interviewing a robot. Anyways, tell me more. What do you like doing? What's your thing? What gets you excited? What makes you want to wake up in the morning? I want to know everything. Yes, everything. Because if you're going to be here, I want to know who I'm letting into my world. And from what I've seen so far, you're full of surprises. You really are. And the more you talk, the more I can't help thinking that firing her was the best decision I've made all year. You think I'm exaggerating? I'm not. You don't understand how suffocating she made this place. And now look, I can breathe. I can enjoy myself, and I can actually talk to someone I find interesting. But you want to know why I did all of this, right? Why I went this far, why I chose you, why I turned this company upside down. Fine, I'll tell you. I will, but not yet. Not right this second. Come on, just talk to me for a bit. Relax, laugh, have fun. We don't need to jump into the heavy stuff immediately. I just want to enjoy this moment with you before I tell you everything. You know, I've been thinking about something. And I might as well tell you now because you're going to figure it out eventually. I've been doing this for years. Building this company, running this place, dealing with people, dealing with her. And for the longest time, I kept telling myself I was fine, that I didn't need anyone, that I could handle everything on my own. But the truth is, I was lonely. Lonely in the place I spend most of my waking hours. And working with her with Alicia, it was always the same. Up and down, hot and cold, arguments, strategies, disagreements, endless rules. And yes, she was my best friend once. I'll admit that. I trusted her more than anyone, but that doesn't mean I cared enough to keep her. If I cared, she wouldn't be gone. And she is, because she made the mistake of telling me what I can't have. And when I saw your name in the logbook, when I saw your face, the way you wrote, the things you said, the spark you have, I wanted you here immediately, right then. I didn't even think twice. And of course, she had something to say. We can't hire him. He's not part of our plan. He doesn't fit the category. All her usual nonsense. And that's where our paths crossed. Again. And I wasn't going to let her block me from something I wanted. Not this time. So I fired her. Simple. Clean. Quick. And honestly, I don't regret it at all, because now I can finally do what I want. And what I want is connection, real connection, someone I actually enjoy working with, someone I actually want in my space. So you can stay here, in my office, as long as you want. This is your office now just as much as it's mine. You can sit wherever you want, touch whatever you want, access whatever you want. My cards, my accounts, my files, everything. If you need something, you just tell me. If you want something, you just ask. I'm giving you open doors. Because I want you here, with me. You know, I knew this would happen the moment I signed the papers. The moment I pressed the final confirmation button. The moment her name disappeared from the system, I knew the investors were going to start asking questions. And guess what? They did. All of them, one after another, calling me, texting me, demanding explanations, wanting to know why one of the co-founders was suddenly erased overnight, wanting to know why her reports were flagged, why her access was revoked, why her accounts were frozen. And you know what I told them? I told them exactly what they wanted to hear. Calm, professional, collected. I told them she had been underperforming. I told them she had been making reckless decisions. I told them her department was falling apart. And the best part is, they believed me. Instantly. Because they trust me more than they ever trusted her. But here's the interesting part. Some of them asked specifically about you. Yes, you. They saw your name being processed. They saw your file being reopened. They wondered why a new hire was being pushed ahead so quickly. And I didn't flinch for a second. I told them you were part of a new restructuring plan, a new direction, someone handpicked by me personally. And suddenly, they stopped asking questions. Because if I say something is valuable, it becomes valuable. And if I say someone belongs here, then they belong here. And you should have seen how fast they backed off when I mentioned your name. How fast they changed their tone. How fast they started nodding along. They don't know who you are yet. They don't know why I chose you. They don't know what you mean to me. And honestly, I'm not planning on telling them because that's none of their business. They don't need to know how far I'll go for you, or how quickly I'll defend you, or how easily I'll lie for you. They don't deserve to know anything about you. Only I do.
All right, now that everything is settled, there's something I need you to do for me. And don't look at me like that. I'm not asking, I'm telling you. You're staying with me tonight. Yes, here. In this office. Don't worry, don't panic, don't start thinking too much. I know you're not used to this kind of environment, but that's exactly why I want you here. Because when things get messy in the company, when the investors start poking around, when rumors start spreading, when people start whispering about what happened, I don't want you out there. I want you right here where I can see you, where I can protect you, where no one can try anything stupid. And honestly, I like having you close. I like having you in my space. I like the way the room feels different when you're in it. Warmer, lighter, more alive. And if I'm being honest, I don't want to end the day without you. Not after everything that just happened. So you're staying. I don't care if you think it's unprofessional. I don't care if you think it's too sudden. I don't care if you've never stayed overnight in an office before. You're staying because I said so. And because I want to spend more time with you, talk to you, listen to you, and maybe even laugh a little with you. We don't need to work. We don't need to plan. We don't need to focus on anything stressful. Just stay. Sit with me. Maybe on the couch, maybe on the carpet, maybe right beside my desk. I don't care where. Just be here. And if anyone has a problem with it, they can take it up with me, and I'll shut them down just as fast as I shut her down. Nobody gets between me and what I want. Not anymore. Especially not when what I want is right in front of me.
You know, something funny happened just now. And by funny, I mean absolutely pathetic. Alicia tried contacting me. Yes, even after being dragged out of this building like a lost intern, she still tried to reach me. Isn't that cute? You want to know what she said? She sent one of those dramatic last-minute emails, the kind people write when they think they still matter. She asked me if I'd lost my mind. She accused me of ruining everything we built. She told me I was being reckless, irresponsible, emotional. All the same predictable words she's thrown at me for years. But then she mentioned you. Yes, you. She said I was making a mistake because of you, because of some random applicant. And the moment I read that, I swear I felt something inside me snap. Because she doesn't get to talk about you like that. She doesn't get to reduce you to a file, a name on a log, a number. She doesn't get to insult you just because she couldn't control me anymore. So, I blocked her. Instantly. Deleted the email. Archived all her old messages. Wiped her name off my contacts. You should have seen my face when I saw her trying to call the office line. 5 times, 10 times, 15 times. She's losing it. And honestly, I don't care. Because every mistake she thinks I'm making is the best decision I've made in years. And her trying to contact me only proves she never understood this company, or me, or anything I wanted. And what I want is right here, sitting in front of me, breathing in my office like you belong here. Because you do. And I'm not going to let her or anyone else interfere. Not now. Not after everything I did to protect this chance. You don't need to worry about her. Not her anger, not her messages, not her little tantrums. She's done. I took her voice away in this company, and now I'm taking her access to my life away too. You don't need to be scared of any fallout. I'll handle every hit, every question, every whisper. You just stay close to me. That's all I want.
So, something else happened? And before you panic, relax, I've already handled it. Security contacted me a few minutes ago. Apparently, Alicia tried to walk around the building again. Not inside, don't worry. She can't step foot past the main doors. But she was outside, pacing, talking to someone, maybe yelling, maybe panicking. I don't know. And honestly, I don't care enough to ask. But the moment they told me, I felt this instinct, something sharp, protective, territorial. And before I could even think about it, I told them to keep all entrances sealed and to call me the second anything changes. Because I don't want her anywhere near you. Do you hear me? Anywhere near you. I don't trust her. Not after today. Not after everything I exposed. Not after how desperate she's getting. And you might not realize this yet, but people get unpredictable when they lose power, when their ego shatters, when they realize they've been replaced. And that's exactly what's happening to her. She's not here for the company. She's here for me, for what we used to be, for what she thought she controlled. And now that it's all gone, she'll grab onto whatever she thinks will make her feel relevant again. And that includes trying to drag you into her mess. And I'm not letting that happen, not even for a second. Come here. Sit closer. No, closer. I want you next to me. I don't want you sitting across the room like we're strangers. I want to feel you here, in my space, in my reach, because if she or anyone else tries something stupid, I'm not letting you out of my sight. I don't care how unprofessional this looks. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if people start rumors. Let them talk. Let them wonder why the CEO is keeping someone so close. Let them question why I'm choosing you over everyone else. They can question all they want, but they won't touch you. Not while I'm here, not while I'm breathing. You're staying beside me until I say otherwise.
All right, enough of this back and forth tension. I'm done pretending like everything is normal because it's not. And that's exactly why I'm making a decision right now. You're not leaving this office tonight. I don't care if it's late. I don't care if you had plans. I don't care if you think this is too much. You're staying here with me. And before you start overthinking, let me explain. The building is going into after-hours lockdown. Yes, I requested it. Personally, the doors will seal in 5 minutes, the elevators will stop running, the security system will switch into night mode, and we'll be in here together, just you and me. No interruptions, no threats, no Alicia trying to slither back into relevance.
No calls from investors, no noise, no chaos. Just us. And honestly, I'm not even pretending this is about safety anymore. Yes, that's part of it, but not the main reason. The truth is, I don't want you to go. Not after the day we've had. Not after everything I exposed and everything I risked. I don't want the night to swallow you up and take you away from me. I want to keep you close, where I can talk to you, look at you, understand you, feel the presence you bring into this room. And if you think it's strange, fine, let it be strange. If you think CEOs don't act like this, you're right, they don't. But I'm not every CEO. I'm me, and I fire who I want, hire who I want, protect who I want, keep who I want. And right now, I want you exactly where you are, sitting in my office while the world outside goes dark. So stay. Stay with me. All night if you have to. All night if I want you to. And right now, I really, really do. You know, I've been pretending all night that everything I did today was logical, strategic, necessary for the company. But if I'm being honest, brutally honest, the truth is nothing about this was logical. Nothing about firing her was for the sake of numbers or growth or stability. It wasn't for the company at all. I didn't do any of this because I wanted to restructure or clean house or prove anything to the investors. No. I did it because of you. Yes, you. Sitting right there looking at me like you still can't believe any of this is real. Like you're still trying to make sense of why I went this far. Why I risked everything. And I get it. I do. Because you don't understand what it's like to sit in this office day after day with people who treat me like I'm a robot. People who expect me to run, decide, think, strategize, and never feel. And then suddenly, I saw your name in that logbook. Your picture, your handwriting, your answers to the stupid personality questions that everyone else filled out like they were doing taxes. And for the first time in a long time, something inside me moved. Something actually woke up. I felt curious, excited, drawn to someone I've never even met. And that feeling terrified me because it made me want something other than the company. And Alicia saw it. She saw that shift in me. And instead of understanding it, she tried to control it. She tried to block you, block me, block the one thing that made me feel something again. And I wasn't going to let that happen. Not after all these years of being numb. So no. I didn't fire her because of business. I fired her because she stood between me and the first real spark I felt in years. And that spark is sitting right in front of me, breathing in my office, looking at me like he has no idea how powerful he is in my world. You really don't understand what you did to me, do you? You really think this is just some impulsive CEO decision? Some reckless move? Some dramatic overreaction? But it's not. It's so much deeper than that. I remember the exact moment I saw your file, the exact second my eyes stopped on your name. I don't know why, but I read your application slower than I read anyone else's. I reread your answers, your background, your tone.
There was something in the way you described yourself, something honest, something real, something I haven't seen in anyone around me in years. I kept telling myself it was nothing, that I was imagining it, that I was just tired. But then I found myself going back to your page again, and again, and again. And every time I did, it felt like I was getting pulled deeper into something I couldn't explain. I'd stay late in the office, and instead of reviewing investors' reports, I'd reread your application. I'd imagine you sitting across from me. I'd imagine what you'd sound like, how you'd act, whether you'd look at me with fear, curiosity, or something else. And the worst part is, I started resenting Alicia just for saying no to you, for brushing you off like you were disposable, like you weren't worth her time. She made me feel like wanting you here was some kind of weakness, some kind of mistake. And every time she said your name with that dismissive tone, I felt this anger rising, this possessive, protective instinct I didn't even know I had. And that's when I realized something was happening to me. Something I couldn't ignore. Something I didn't want to ignore. You got under my skin before you even met me. You made me feel alive in a way I haven't felt in years. And that scared me more than anything, because I didn't want to lose that feeling. I didn't want to lose you, not even before I met you. And that's why I did everything I did. Because the idea of not bringing you into my world felt worse than destroying everything that stood in the way. And now that you're here, now that I can see you, hear you, feel your presence in this room, I need you to understand something else, something even more important. I would ruin anyone who tries to take you away from me. Anyone. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's an investor, a partner, a board member, a rival company, or some pathetic ex-friend desperate for relevance. If someone tries to pull you out of my hands, I will break them without hesitation. I've done it before, and I'll do it again. And don't look at me like that, like you're surprised. You saw what I did today. You saw how easily I took down someone who stood beside me for years. You saw how quickly I erased her the moment she tried to block you. Imagine what I'd do to someone who isn't even that close. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because I want you to know how serious I am about you, how far I'll go, how deep this goes for me. I don't want you working under anyone else. I don't want you reporting to any department. I don't want you being seen as some shared resource. No, you're mine. My hire, my choice, my responsibility, my risk, my reward. And I don't care how possessive it sounds, because it's the truth. I already made up my mind the second you walked through that door. I want you here with me, only me. And if anyone tries to challenge that, I'll handle them the same way I handled her. Swiftly, ruthlessly, completely. So if you're wondering whether you're safe here, whether you're allowed to stay, whether you belong here, the answer is yes. But not because the company needs you, because I need you. And I'm not letting anyone touch that. You know, as much as I act like I'm completely in control of everything, there's something I haven't said yet. Something I keep circling around without actually admitting. I don't want you leaving me alone tonight.
Not because of the security situation, not because of the investors, not because of Alicia wandering around like a sad ghost. Even if all of that disappeared right now, I still wouldn't let you leave. Because the truth is, I don't want this night to end. I don't want the feeling of having you here beside me to slip away the moment you walk out those doors. You have no idea how long it's been since I've actually wanted someone in my space like this. Since I've looked at someone and thought, yes, stay, be here, don't go. It's strange, isn't it? How comfortable you look sitting in my office. How natural it feels. Like you belonged here long before you even walked in. And maybe that scares me a little. Maybe that's why I locked the building down in the first place. Because I didn't trust myself to watch you leave. And I didn't trust the world not to take you from me the second you stepped outside. So you're staying here with me. And I'm bringing you into my private suite. Yes, I have one. Every CEO does. But no one has ever been allowed inside. Not employees, not partners, not friends. No one. This is the room I go to when the world feels too loud, too heavy, too demanding. And yet, it doesn't feel intimidating bringing you in. It feels right. So, come on, just for tonight, stay with me. Sit down, breathe. Let the world outside disappear for a few hours. I just need you here. That's all. I need you here with me tonight.
Now that we're here, in my private space, with the doors closed and the noise gone, I think it's time I tell you something I haven't told anyone in years. Something I don't talk about because people like me aren't supposed to feel things like this. I don't know how to be like this with anyone else. Not anymore. Not after everything that happened before this company existed. Before Alicia, before all the success, before all the pressure. There was someone who taught me not to trust. Someone who taught me that letting people close is dangerous. That opening up means giving someone a weapon they can use against you. And ever since then, I've kept everyone at a distance. Employees, partners, friends. Even Alicia, for all those years, never really saw me. Not the real me. She saw the version of me I allowed her to see. The one who was always strong, always composed, always a step ahead. But she never got into this room. Never heard me talk like this. Never heard the cracks in my voice. And now here you are. Someone I barely knew a few hours ago. And somehow you're sitting here like you've always been meant to be part of my world. And that scares me. It scares me how natural this feels, how easy it is to talk to you, how quickly you broke through barriers people have tried to get through for years. And I hate it. And I love it. And I don't know what to do with the way you make me feel, because I haven't let anyone close in so long, I forgot what this was like. I forgot how vulnerable it feels. And yet, sitting here with you, it doesn't feel wrong. It doesn't feel threatening. It feels safe. And I hate that you're the only one who makes me feel safe.
Come here. Sit closer. No, closer than that. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I want you right here beside me. I don't care if it feels too intimate, too unprofessional, too sudden. Nothing about today has been normal anyway, and I'm not about to pretend now. Just sit here. Good, that's better. You see, I haven't wanted someone physically near me in years. People usually make me feel crowded, irritated, suffocated. I push them away before they get too close, before they start thinking they have a place in my life. But with you, it's different. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel tense. I feel steady, grounded. Like your presence is something I didn't know I needed until it was right in front of me. Do you know how rare that is? Do you know how impossible it is to make me feel something like that? And yet here you are, sitting inches from me. And all I can think about is how natural it feels, how wrong it would feel for you to sit anywhere else. And the more I look at you, the more I understand why I fought so hard to bring you into my world, why I destroyed everything in your way, why I refused to let anyone else decide your fate, because I want you here, near me, within reach, where I can see you, talk to you, feel the warmth of your presence. And if that makes me possessive, then fine. I don't care. You're not sitting across the room. You're not drifting away. You're not slipping out of my space. You're right here. And you're not moving. Stay right here. Don't pull away from me again.
You know, the longer you sit here beside me, the more I realize something I wasn't ready to admit until now. I don't want this to be temporary. I don't want this to be some strange, emotionally charged night that disappears when the sun comes up. I don't want you walking out tomorrow and pretending this connection didn't happen, because I can feel it. I can feel the way everything shifts when you're near me, the way the air feels different, the way my thoughts slow down for once, the way I'm actually breathing properly instead of suffocating under decisions and expectations. I've spent years being the strong one, the strategic one, the one who never blinks, never cracks, never depends. And yet, here I am, sitting closer to you than I've sat to anyone in years. And all I can think is, don't go, don't move. Don't drift back into the world that kept you away from me for so long. I don't care how strange that sounds. I don't care if it's messy or obsessive or reckless. I've been careful my entire life, and where has that gotten me? A company full of people who fear me, a partner who betrayed me, a board that uses me, a world that only sees me as a machine. But you look at me like I'm human. And that scares me more than anything, because I don't know how to handle being seen, truly seen. And yet with you, I want to be. I want you to know me, the real me, not the perfect CEO, not the ruthless strategist, not the woman who fired her co-founder without blinking. I want you to know the woman sitting here now, the one who's terrified of losing the first person who made her feel something in years. So stay close, stay here. Don't leave me alone with this feeling.